In this video, I'm going to demonstrate various type test operators in Dart programming language. So on our screen we have a program that makes use of the type test operator is and is not for checking type of variable A. The program also makes use of the typecast operator as for converting the variable A to the dynamic type. On line 6 we have a print statement that checks whether A is an integer. On line 10 we have another print statement that checks if A is not an integer. On line 40 we have another print statement that checks whether A is a string. On line 18 we have another print statement that converts A into a string and then prints its type. So as is not a type test operator but it is a typecast operator. It is used for converting one type into another. As shown in this print statement, we are converting A into a dynamic type. So on line 2 we have the variable definition that says int A is equal to 1. So we know that variable A is an integer. When we run this program using the dart command, we get the following output: whether A is an integer, which is true; whether A is not an integer, which is false; whether A is a string, which is false. Then it casts A as string and prints its type. So it prints its type as string. So from this program it is clear that we can use the type test operator is for checking the type of a specific variable. On our screen we have another program that defines string A as some string. So the difference between previous program and current program is that A is no longer an integer and we are no longer casting A as string. So on line 2 it says string A is equal to some string. On line 6 we print whether A is an integer. On line 10 we print whether A is not an integer. And on line 14 we print whether A is a string. So these print statements are making use of the is operator for checking the type of variable A. When we run this program, it produces the following output: whether A is an integer, which is false; whether A is not an integer, which is true; whether A is a string, which is true. So from this program it is clear that we can use the type test operator is for checking the type of variables in Dart programming language. We hope that you have found this program useful for understanding type test operators in Dart programming language.